I guess you could say that I'm heading into the great unknown. Whenever you're going to be changing your listening room, your listening environment, maybe even adding a new piece of equipment to your rack, I think it's important that you have a go-to set of records that you can use as a test bed to determine how is either that new component or maybe even a brand new room sounding to your ears and in your new environment. That is exactly what I'm facing because we are moving in about a month. Um, I am going to be very lucky because I'm going to have a new environment that is going to be about four times the size of my current situation. So yeah, I'm looking. I'm already, I'm looking forward to a lot of things. I've already talked about, planning some custom shelving for my growing collection. Looking forward to kind of dialing that in and either figuring out if I'm going to do a local custom solution with maybe a woodworking buddy of mine here locally, or maybe I'm going to order in some kind of a pole mounted, shelf mounted, kind of modern shelving situation. I haven't decided on the final thing yet, but in addition to that planning, I'm working on kind of packing things up here slowly but surely. This will be kind of the last stuff that goes, and it will be going in my own vehicle, of course, with my own white glove service. But today I wanted to share. I just pulled five records that I am looking forward to hearing when I finally do get everything dialed in. And it's going to be a fun day when that happens. I'm anticipating it being probably a weekend day in January. Uh, the college football playoffs will be finished, and I'll have some time to concentrate on some serious listening and maybe unpacking records, etc. But for this to really be important and final, I really should have all my records already arranged and shelved because anything that you do in that room, maybe it's a window needing a curtain. I do know that the flooring is already carpeted, so that always helps with dampening or deadening the sound in a room. But I'm really kind of meandering now. I think we should get to five records that I've chosen to test the new environment that's coming soon. First of all, I think it's important to have some to be analog classic rock, and it doesn't get better than Abbey Road, an original early UK pressing. I'm looking forward to putting on side two and just listening to that song suite envelop that room, and couldn't think of a better record to start with than Abbey Road. Abbey Road, I think it was recorded in 1968, released in 1969. Why don't we go with continuing in the classic rock vein, adding in some kind of blues inflected West Coast US rock and dialing it up a little bit as well with what is widely regarded as the best pressing ever of probably my favorite Doors album. That is the Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds LA Woman. This is the double 45 RPM pressing. If this thing is still available, people need to jump on this. Now, I am very curious to find an original pressing and do a comparison. There's that replicated early Electra label. And these guys, they Acoustic Sounds, Analog Productions, fantastic job as always. This is a very, very beautiful tip-on cover, heavy duty packaging, incredible records. Riders on the Storm, those first 2 minutes, an incredibly atmospheric track that I am just can't wait to hear. So both of those previous records were totally analog. They were, well, you can't get more analog than what was happening at Abbey Road in 1968 and 1969. And then those Doors albums were methodically remastered from the original master tapes. But now I think we need to throw in a modern recording just so we get a little variety in the room. And what I've chosen is Donald Fagen's third solo album, and that would be Morph the Cat from 2006. This is not an easy record to find. It's a little expensive. It's a double album spread across 2 33 1/3 records, but very, 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 I'm not going to say clinical, but I'm going to say very detailed recording. Fantastic separation of instruments. Very, very jazzy, as you would expect from Fagen's solo period. Songs like H-Gang, Morph the Cat, The Great Pagoda of Fun. Fun spelled F-U-N-N. I love it. This is, if you have not heard this, even if you don't have the vinyl record, get this on CD. This is an amazing recording. So that's number 3. I'm really looking forward to putting this album through its paces in my new environment. I think it's important to have different genres of music as a sampling as well when you're trying to dial in your atmosphere and your environment in that room. And a traditional blues recording with just voice and acoustic guitar, hard to beat as far as acoustics and clarity. And I've got another Analog Productions production that I'm going to be listening to. Muddy Waters Folk Singer. This is the double 45 RPM edition. An incredible recording. A historical recording as well. The great Muddy Waters. The same fantastic packaging that you find with that run of Doors albums from Analog Productions is available here as well. I don't know if this is still in print or not, but if it is, people need to run and get a copy of this for your collection. So, fourth album, some traditional blues from one of the masters, Muddy Waters. Finally, I have an album in my hand that is not a traditional audiophile quality record. It is a piece of true grit Americana. It's a record that was recorded at Criterion Sound Studios in Miami, produced by the great Alan Toussaint. And the backup band on this record was the Meters from New Orleans, Louisiana. Incredible funk band. And the leader of this band was none other than Mac Rebennack, Dr. John to those in the know. And The record is In the Right Place, 1973. An amazing recording. There's a little surface noise on this record. Frankly, I don't care. I'm looking for a true, authentic experience with this record. And the songs like Right Place, Wrong Time, and Such a Night, Cold, 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 and Qualified are going to deliver the atmosphere and experience that I'm looking for. In the Right Place, Dr. John. Look at this amazing artwork on this original pressing. Simply fantastic. This is a must for any collection. I'm sure there's been reissues. I prefer an original, and yes, if you can get it cleaned up nicely, even better, but just grin through a little bit of surface noise. And really, the only surface noise I have is between songs on a few of these. This is a recent pickup, and my cleaner has been packed and put away in storage. So this will be one of the first records that gets the treatment upon my unpacking in the new place. That's it today, everybody. Whenever you are adding or complementing to your rack at home, or maybe even something that I'm facing right now, a brand new listening room and environment is in the offing. You need to double think and make sure that you're picking 3, 4, 5 albums to start off with, and just kind of see what the levels are like as far as what you're hearing with your ears. This one is for the music, and that's why we're all in this hobby. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back soon.